Anyone else weirded out this morning that Mike Ryan heard the news that Deshaun Watson was out for the season, and Mike Ryan was so happy about simply being right that Deshaun Watson would be injured and sit out the rest of the season that Mike Ryan took a bit of a parade out loud in front of us.
I did that in front of you. In confidence.
Right, but being right in sports radio or podcasting, Dan, it's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're
I
right
did a
about.
secret fist bump, not for air. Would you like me to go to air with everything that I observe when we're not in front of the microphone?
Give us one little juicy
How rude.
tidbit.
How
Dan
rude.
lays on the floor.
Oh, I got one. He told Tom Bogert, mustache rides.
That is a good one,
Dog,
Juju.
he said that. I was like, what are you doing?
And that was like one of Dan's least awkward interactions that he's ever had.
It was someone he just met for the first time.
Well, it's a giant mustache. You walk into a room with a giant mustache, and I shout mustache rides on you. I mean, you're wearing the mustache on your face for a reason.
You
want
hit him
people
with
to notice it.
You hit him with nice mustache. That was enough. You didn't have to.
And you make me look like a monster, like I'm just celebrating because I was right. What kind of personality dynamic is that? No, I
Mike would never do that.
I was celebrating because Deshaun Watson got hurt.
But by the way, would you guys like some thoughts from Emmanuel Acho about?
No.
Yes, I would. I would love some.
I
You're setting yourself up for this.
I want to do the Gilbert Arenas diabolical thing as well, and I want to get to Belichick firing because I can't believe we're there. But go ahead.
We could also play that audio again if you guys want.
Yeah.
Of Belichick leaving.
That's right.
The walk of shame, the ambient noise. Let's not do that again. Let's choose against that.
Deshaun Watson went 14-14 in the second half, including a game-winning drive versus the number one defense in the NFL, all while playing with a high ankle sprain, quotes, and a broken shoulder. Food for thought.
You've lost confidence. You can't. You have
can't
to.
set
You have
yourself
to
up.
lower
I
the
mean,
expectations.
Here's some food for thought. Deshaun Watson is presently ranked in between Jordan Love and Josh Dobbs when it comes to QBR. Now, I know Josh Dobbs is the pastronaut and everyone loves him, but, you know, largely he was a starting quarterback back of a very bad Arizona Cardinals team. And even though he's covering, doesn't mean his numbers are great. Deshaun Watson with one strong half, and if he was indeed hurt, like the claim on the official social channels are, that is a really impressive victory in a game in which he threw a pick six, I believe, on his first pass attempt. But it's allowed people to change the narrative like Emmanuel Acho.
Mike, you find happiness in the distress of others. I submit to you that happiness is a flower that only grows in your garden. The more you tend to other people's gardens, the more your garden wilts.
Yeah.
It is great when he's not reading from script.
It's
when
great.
he just lets it fly. He is wonderful with the life lessons.
This timed out well for Deshaun Watson, about as good as it could, I guess, maybe outside of the Tennessee Titan games. He's been battling an injury all season long, and contextually it should be discussed when you're trying to approach his season. Deshaun Watson, right now, even though he gave you a great performance in that second half, and great, I think, is, moving the goalposts.
He didn't have an incompletion. He was
good.
He was
good against a very good defense.
That's the best half of football he's played as a Cleveland Brown.
Right. He's also. Do
And
you know
the
how many
last.
halves of football have been available since he's been acquired? He's only appeared in 14 of the 26 games available as a Cleveland Brown. They're paying him how much guaranteed, Jess?
It's $230 million guaranteed. I think they've already paid $90 million because of the suspension last year for sexual misconduct and this year because of various injuries. I've noticed that this morning when I was reading the news about him being out for the rest of the season, it feels like I'm watching a lot of media members go out of their way to compliment what a great second half he had last weekend and how tough he was to play through the injury. Deshaun Watson is not someone that I think anyone would ever accuse of not being a tough player. He played through an ACL injury previously to this. Like he took a bus once to a game because he couldn't fly because his lung was punctured. No one's saying that he's not tough. I don't think that that's the problem or the issue that people have with Deshaun Watson. It only really serves his agents or the Browns organization to be so complimentary to him about this.
It's an odd reactionary take to, yes, his best half as a Cleveland Brown in a big performance. But when talking about Deshaun Watson as a Cleveland Brown, I think it's foolish to just turn to the second half against the Baltimore Raven team when the entire Deshaun Watson experience in Cleveland has been a bad one.
Wait, Deshaun Watson is 5-1 on the season and outplayed Lamar Jackson in Lamar's house. Let's go ahead and dead that worst trade in NFL history nonsense. Hashtag dog pound.
I also find it curious the people racing to be Deshaun Watson supporters. I think Tyreek Hill was among the first to question where is all that Deshaun Watson slander now after a good half. I just think there are a lot of bad faith actors there, and you can have your guys and you can root for him and you can say, hey, he served his time. Fine. You want to do that? Cool. The Deshaun Watson experience in Cleveland has not been a good one. And I don't think one good half against a Baltimore Raven team that coughed it up at the end is worth celebrating him as a success.
But he can run to the bank with the guaranteed money, and the last half of football he played, he is toughing it out. Like, this is a perfect time to
Point
get
out on top.
This is a perfect time for him to get out if you just want to collect your money and be done with it.
Look, Josh Allen is no longer elite. You have to be consistently good to be great, and you have to be consistently great to be elite, and Josh Allen is not at all consistent. Elite talent, yes. Elite player, no.
Chris Cody, why are we listening to the Bill Belichick video?
Dan says I haven't contributed to this show.
It's so good. I've been laughing the entire time. It was great Deshaun Watson conversation, and all I heard every time is every seventh syllable Belichick stepping heavy and shirtless on a step.